Hey, it's Nyla. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. This week's video is going to be a full install from start to finish of a backdrop design that we did for a baptism. So for this design, it's going to be a simple gold hoop, and then the balloons that we're using are eucalyptus and white sand with gold accents and also dried palm leaves. So the first thing that we did is set up the gold hoop. So previously we'd had trouble with this hoop. I got it off of Amazon. I mean, I'll link it, but I do not recommend it. What we ended up having to do with this gold hoop is we had to add nuts and bolts to it where the pieces connect. So we ended up using a drill bit that would drill through. It's not metal, it's kind of like an aluminum that would drill through. So we created these holes that we could drill and add the nut and bolt to. So that's what you see us doing here, is connecting each piece. So you'll see Sakina pretty much building the base of the garland, which is clusters that had been blown up previously, and we're doing like a color blocking style here. So we've got the clusters of 4 that we're basically just wrapping around the pole and adding as we go along, and then from there we'll continue to build on to the garland. One thing to remember when you're building these garlands or any type of balloon installation is that your base usually should take the least amount of time. What ends up taking the most amount of time is when you're actually building on and shaping your garland to the size that you want, or the shape that you want, or the design that you agreed on with your client. Another thing to keep in mind is no 2 garlands are ever going to be the same. So while you might try to mimic a certain setup, you won't get it to be exactly the same as that setup. So that's something to keep in mind when you're designing and shaping. Another thing to consider is don't forget your balloon pump. You'll see me off to the side pumping up more balloons because typically you just need the balloons. You need extra balloons depending on when you start shaping your garland, how the design comes out.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed, 'cause baby I got you.
One important thing that you should do is always just step back to look at your design, because it's always different from different angles. So one thing that I like to do is I like to step back and look at it. I like to look at it from the side. I like to look at it from different angles. And I also like to see it through the camera, because that way you can see how it will look in pictures and how your design is translating. So for a long time, we were actually just popping all of our unused balloons, but then we learned that we could reuse the balloons. So that's another thing to take note of, is you can reuse your balloons. So whether it's at the menu, if you still have time, or you do it later, make sure to save your balloons and untie them and deflate them so that you can use them again. And there you have it. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up. If you like me, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye.